Hey guys, welcome to day one of the road to a 600-pound deadlift. I'm starting the counter officially on August 9th. We are checking in from my apartment kitchen, and today I'm going to go through a push day. And I'll explain what I mean by a push day and how I structure my training more generally later in the video, so be sure to stick around for that. But we're headed over to Brooklyn. Now, I'm based in Manhattan, but in Manhattan everything is tiny, so the better gyms are in the other boroughs, Queens, Brooklyn. The one I'm going to today is called Squats and Science Strength. They have a powerlifting and a strongman focus. They've got a lot of space, 24 hours, great equipment. I visited a few days ago, so I'm potentially going to get a membership there. But yeah, I mean, let's head over and get into the workout. Okay, we're back at the apartment. You'll notice my shirt's off. I'm hoping that helps with the YouTube algorithm. But let's talk about the training. So today was a push day. In terms of how I organize the training, I do a push, pull, legs cycle. And the reason I organize the training that way is because push, pull, legs is really easy to remember. It's simple to execute, and it effectively targets all your major muscle groups. I might also add a strongman day because the gym I went to, they have a bunch of strongman equipment, and it's really fun to throw around sandbags and pick up stones and do all that sort of crazy strength stuff. So that might get added in as well. But on a typical weightlifting day, you could describe my style of training as powerbuilding, meaning a mix of powerlifting and bodybuilding. So I center the workout around a compound movement. For example, on a push day, the compound movement for today was overhead press. Compound meaning I'm hitting multiple muscle groups at the same time. You can load up more weight on a compound movement, and that sort of recruits the most sort of muscle fiber activation and is great for building strength. So that'll be my heavy lift. So that was the 5 sets of 5. Sometimes I'll do 5 sets of 3. And after the heavy compound movement, I do bodybuilding exercises. And I'll increase the reps, and usually the weight will be lower for those, and those will be more targeted. And so for today, that was the lateral raises you saw, the champagne presses, because it looks like you're drinking champagne, the dumbbell flies, and I did some push-ups as well. And you'll notice that for the pushing exercises with dumbbells, I was doing them at an incline. The flies, the champagne presses, and the push-ups, which are technically at a decline because my head was below my legs. Positionally, it hits the same muscles as an incline press, which is the upper chest. And the reason I am focused on the upper chest for the pressing movements is because if you just do like flat pushing movements, you'll get some overdevelopment, I think, in the lower pec area, and causes the pecs to droop a little bit. And so for my guys, I recommend incorporating an incline in some of your pressing movements so you can fill out those upper pecs and look good in V-necks. So I pay attention to aesthetics, even though strength is the focus. Another point is that the weight I was using today is quite a bit lighter than I normally lift. For example, I used 60-pound dumbbells for the overhead press. Usually I'll do that with 80 pounds for a 5x5. But the reason I'm going lighter is because I had spent several weeks building up to that 545-pound deadlift, and I was steadily increasing the intensity, increasing the weight, peaking to that 545, which just happened about a week ago. And after you've had a long period of training where you peaked to a personal best, it's important to give your body time to recover. So you can take a week off, or you can do what's called a deload week, which means you're lowering the intensity, you're lowering the volume, you're lowering the weight, and that gives your body an opportunity to recover, and mentally you'll feel much more ready to train. And it's really important to do this periodically because over time you accrue central nervous system fatigue if you lift really heavy, and essentially that means that even if you try to exert yourself your brain is not able to optimally activate the muscle to contract. So you have to take time off, you have to recover. Deadlifting in particular is notorious for frying your central nervous system. So I'm just coming back from that heavy deadlift, and when I'm coming back, I don't, jump right back in at 100%. I give myself time to build back up. And so that's what's happening now. Another point about push day is that people often ask me why I prefer to do military press, which is another term for overhead press, as my compound movement instead of a flat bench press or an incline bench press. And one is that it just looks cool and is badass to kind of stand up and press the weight overhead. But the reason I don't love the barbell bench press is because it requires you to pronate your wrist to hold on to the barbell, which causes internal rotation of the shoulders, and that's a more compromised position for the shoulder. It's more comfortable and preferable to have a slightly externally rotated shoulder when you're pressing. And with a dumbbell, right, you have all ranges of motion, so you can do that with dumbbells. But for the barbell, you've got to hold on to a horizontal bar, right? So that requires some internal rotation of the shoulder that I don't like. And I think that's all I want to say regarding training. Is there anything else I missed? Okay, now just a couple points about the channel. First of all, this is the first time I've ever created long form video content, and I'm learning as I'm going. The production quality will improve as I continue to learn and get more practice at this. At the same time, I want the channel to feel real and authentic, and especially for a vlog, I think too much production can get in the way of that. So I'm going to be testing, trying to figure out what the right formula is, seeing what you all respond to, and hopefully the product continues to improve. And I want you guys also, and girls, I know YouTube is a gendered platform, especially the weightlifting niche, but I'm sure there are, hopefully, at least some women in my audience, and this is certainly an inclusive channel. So, guys and girls, I'm open to suggestions, and I want it to be a two-way street, right? I put out content, I hear back from you guys, I incorporate that, and like I said before, I have varied interests, varied life experiences. This may not all just be about weightlifting and fitness, and the part where I branch out a little bit, show more of my personality, have more of a free-flowing style is going to be this latter part of the episodes after I've done the workout and I'm recapping everything. So I think that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.